Hi everyone, it's Nancy McNally, NancyMcNallyQuilts.com. It has been a while since I've done a video blog, and I thought I'd come online and just give you an update. So about 15 minutes ago, I finished filming the next single quilt block video tutorial, and that's Jack in the Box. So when I get done with this blog and editing it, the pattern for Jack in the Box will be available on my website, and I will put the link in the description box below, and you can also go watch the video tutorial. That will not be edited until sometime tomorrow, so you'll have to give me, it takes several hours to edit a video, and hopefully I won't run into any troubles, and then you'll be able to see that video on how to put that block together, because there is a bonus technique in that block, and where we normally make 2 at a time half square triangles or 8 at a time, I put a method on there that's called 4 at a time. Now, I heard about this. I actually knew about it, but didn't realize what it was called. And my friend Rona, you might know her as Rona the Riveter, the traveling quilter, she used the 4 at a time method in one of her recent patterns, or it's coming out soon. And so I was reading over the pattern and I was just like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize this method was called 4 at a time. So I thought, instead of using and giving you the video tutorial on how to do the 2 at a time method, which we all know how to do, I showed you how to do the 4 at a time. So if you're not familiar with it, I am going to tell you, you're going to need spray starch. That's all I'm saying. You're going to need spray starch because it's bias half square triangles. So that being said, Jack in the Box is done. Just need to edit the video, and then it'll be up on my website. So a couple more things happening. Let me grab my phone. I was traveling, and I was recently at the Ohio Valley Quilt Guild. I had such a good time. Oh my gosh, the members were so nice. They had a great facility where they had their meetings at, and the class I taught my Rock Around the Block quilt pattern. And if you've never seen that, if you're unfamiliar with that one, I took the original Jack's Chain quilt block and I played with it for a while, and I took out all the Y seams. So while we were in class and you learn how to make the block, once everybody got at least one block done, some people had several blocks done, we all gathered at the table. Now, the class was held in the classroom of a quilt shop. Loved it. It was so awesome. Anyway, so once you make the quilt block, just one, but like I said before, several people made more than one because they're waiting on the others. You know, people have mistakes or they don't sew as fast as the next one, whatever. It's all good. I have everyone come together, bring our blocks, and bring your cell phone when you make this quilt. It is so much fun, and we lay everybody's blocks out on a table so that they're all joined so that you can see the motion that happens in Rock Around the Block. So we lay them out one way, and I tell everybody, take your phone, now take a picture of what you see. You want to be able to see all the blocks so you can see all the movement. So they took the picture and they were like, oh yeah, because when it's laying flat, sometimes you can't see it, but when you take a picture, it's like in your face. So then the next time, well actually, we're all still standing there. The next thing we do is we rotate every other block. So now you get different movement. And then we rotated it one more time to get another type of curve going on. And I believe it was in the third time that we did that, ovals showed up instead of like this curve that flows throughout the pattern. That is really cool. So the reason I do that with Rock Around the Block is because in the original pattern, when it was published with Fons and Porter magazine, I don't even know how many years ago that was. Anyway, they liked the sashing in between the blocks, and they liked the little stitch and flip corners on the corners of all 4 corners of each block. But Not everybody wants that secondary design of the little shoe fly or turn dash block, whatever you want to call it, that ends up in the center. So when we come together and we lay all these blocks out, you now have the option, do you want the sashing in between each block? Because that interrupts the flow, that curve. Or do you want the stitch and flip? What do you want to do? So I give them that option, and it always surprises me how many people say, yeah, I don't want the sashing anymore, or the little stitch and flip corner. No, I don't want that. So it's a fun part of the class. I do have that pattern available, obviously, on my website. It used to be template only, but it no longer is that way. So if you are interested in Rock Around the Block, then you can find the pattern on my website, and it now has a no template method. So that makes it easy peasy. Today's the 10th, so in 8 days, I leave for another event, and I will be teaching. I'm going to present my trunk show and teaching, and I will be at the Indiana State Guild Retreat. Making sure it's Indiana State Guild Retreat. I'm looking forward to that. That is my last event of the year, and I think it's going to be fun because there's over 90 people signed up, or like 90 people, something like that, signed up. That's a lot of quilters. That's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to that event. It's going to be a little bit of a drive for me. That's all right. It's the last one. And I'm telling you that it's the last one. There's only a few things I'm going to be doing next year, but I have 2 huge projects that I need to work on, and I need to stay home so that I can complete those projects. And those 2 big projects, the announcements will be coming out. I'll make few announcements sometimes next year. I don't have the actual months that I'm going to make those announcements, but you will be hearing more about them in the future. How's that? I will also be attending Houston Market, not Festival. So I said the Indiana State Guild is my last guild event, but then I'm going to go to Market. I will have 3 or 4 quilts on display in the Lewis and Irene booth. I think it's 3. It might be 4. I don't know how much room they have in the booth, because it seems like they asked for all 4 of the quilts. So one of them's right behind me, and then there's Dreams Vacation, and Quilter's Mosaic, and then the new one, which you can't see it, but over here to the side of me, I have everything. I've got the blocks cut, and I have, like, what I do is I print out the EQ8 excuse me, information for each block, and then I write all my notes on there, and so I have that all over there with all the fabric cuts. And so that one is with a brand new fabric line that will be out. They're going to debut it at Houston, and so I will be making, it's a block of the month out of that fabric line, and it's got an interesting block in it. And I'm just going to say that because I can't put it out there yet. So after Houston, it is, well, winter is here. That's all I'm going to say about that part. Because I don't like winter. I don't like winter. But my grandson, Freddie, will be 1 year old in November. I'm so excited about that, to see. He's such a cutie patootie. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So he will be 1. And so, you know, he's exploring things. He's getting around. And yeah, he's at that fun age. All right. So did you notice there's a new machine behind me? Look at there. So I have a new machine. I'm waiting on a couple things to arrive. I need the acrylic insert for it to fit in my Aero Sydney cabinet table. And I'm waiting on the, oh, actually I haven't ordered it yet. I forgot to order it. It's the extended table. So when I'm sewing over here, it is sewing and embroidery. Right now I've just got it set up for sewing, but I want the extended table. I've decided I want that too. And then I have a few more parts that I'm going to order for it. So I'm just starting to learn the machine and all that it offers. It's a really cool machine. It really is. I started sewing some blocks on it, and it has the it's called the IDF. It's the foot that's back behind your presser foot that grabs the top fabric and pulls it along so you have even feed going through. And then there's just the hoop size that came with this machine. Oh my word, it's massive. And so I plan on doing some embroidery projects and that kind of thing with it. I do want it to set in this table so that I can work with it more often, sew on it more often. I love the fact that I don't have to lower the presser foot to sew. I just put the fabric under it and my foot hits the foot pedal and the presser foot just lowers. It's such a nice feature to have. It's easy to change the feet. Very easy to change the feet on that. It's not hard to line it up. It's just pop it right in place. And it's not pop it from underneath. It's push it forward right into the holder. It's very, very easy. So I can't wait to get everything set up for that so I can start using it. My embroidery unit is still sitting over here. You can't see it. It's huge. It's huge. And so anyway, all that being said, I just wanted to touch base with you and say, hi, I'm here, I exist. But when I travel and I get home, it always takes me a couple days to recoup. There's always stuff to do. You got to put things away. You have to rest. I'm telling you, you have to rest. But when I was in the Cincinnati Guild, I got to spend some time with, and those of you who have seen my trunk show, you're going to remember this, my brother Brian. But I'm going to let you figure out which brother Brian it was. I said that. So think about what I just said. So anyway, all right, I need to get moving because it's 3 o'clock. It's actually after 3 o'clock, my time. And I need to start sewing some more blocks because I have that project due that the quilt needs to hang in Houston. Nothing like waiting for the last minute. But actually the fabric did not get delivered to me. It was a month late getting to me. We thought I'd get it in August. I didn't get it till September. And I was down in South Carolina in September. And so I didn't get home for several days after that. That was one long trip. And honestly, that trip home, and I think I might have already said that in a blog, was the deciding factor that it's time to stay home. It's really time to stay home. So I'm going to be doing a lot from here. I can't stress that was such a long trip. I do have an event in 2026 that Scott Flanagan, yes, if you don't know who he is, you need to check him out, has invited me to. He's a great friend of mine. He's a great designer. He's Fourth and Main Designs is his website. Go check him out. Rona the Riveter, by the way. Hers is Rona the Riveter, I believe. I'm pretty certain yeah. And then another friend to check out. I know I just went off on a tangent. Another friend's patterns to check out is, let me look her up. Her name is Tracy, and she's from the UK. Tracy Perks. I think it's Rope and Anchor. Let me make sure. Rope and Anchor quilting. Let's see. Let's quilt patterns. Yep, there she is. Rope and Anchor Trading Company, or Co. So I'll put that in the links below. You need to check out Tracy's patterns. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. I love her patterns. So she's another friend of mine. But Scott invited me to an event in Nebraska in 2026. So that will be in August of 2026. You don't need to write it down now. You don't need to remember it now, but I'm just letting you know. We'll have more information on that. Oh, I almost forgot. I finished a special quilt. Can't show you yet, but I learned a new binding technique that two people have told me about. And then I saw it on Fons and Porter Love of Quilting. And I was like, oh, that's what they were talking about. So someone has come up with, and I don't know if it was originally that person. It might have been that person. But somebody else might have already come up with it and just never told the world. It doesn't matter to me. I tried it out, and it's sewing machine binding, and you sew the top and the back of the binding onto the quilt at the same time. And I've always been nervous to try that. I've heard it, several people that make Quilt of Valor quilts, they've said, because they know I do machine binding, they've said, Nancy, you should do it this way, where you sew the top and the bottom on at the same time. Well, I didn't do it until I saw Sarah Gallegos was demonstrating it on Love of Quilting, and she said who came up with it or who taught her. I don't remember the person's name, but I'll tell you what, it was fast and it worked and I liked it. So I think I might be doing that demonstration also. Not today, not anytime today, but soon. And I'm going to use that technique more because it really went fast. But then Scott tries to tell me, oh, you need to do it his way. But I want fast and quick and done because I need to move on to the next project. All right, I need to get moving off of here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy seeing this video blog. This quilt's coming down. Midnight Reflections is going up. So the quilt is back. Now I need to put it up because that one's being shipped off to the USA division of Lewis and Irene because they need it for their booth. I wish I would have known that and left it when I was down there because they are also located in Rock Hill, South Carolina, my hometown. Trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think if there's anything else. Oh, yeah. I am filming the video tutorials for Midnight Reflections. And that quilt pattern will be available in November. So I already have permission because I gave the fabric manufacturer, which is Wyndham, I gave them a year rights. But then something happened. And a quilt shop, I learned, was pirating my pattern, which means they stole the pattern. They never paid for the pattern. And I know that shocks you, but it happens. I had to do some investigating myself to make sure it was true. I didn't want it to be true, but it was. And honestly, it was the third time that it happened. So the third suspicion, I should say, not the third time. And this shop was actually doing it. And then they tried to blame me for it. And it's like, no, I didn't do anything wrong. So, and I actually had the fabric manufacturer backing me on that one. They're like, no, you did nothing wrong. They did it and they got caught. So that being said, I will now be selling Midnight Reflections next month, November of 2024. So if you are interested in Midnight Reflections, I will post the fabric yardage really soon so that you have that, so you can start gathering your fabrics, decide your colors, that kind of thing. You don't have to do the black background. You can do a navy blue background. But I'm telling you this, if you do a navy blue background, then the navy blue, the dark blue that's in the quilt, you'll need to find a substitute for that color because it'll blend too much and it won't show up. So make sure you think that through. You want all your colors to pop in front of your background fabric. They need to be seen, all right? Trying to think if there's anything else coming up. No, but I could be wrong. There could be more. So I need to get moving. Bruce is now asleep, my cat, on top of my cutting table because he wanted me to put his bed right here. But if I put it here, I can't sew, nor could I do this. So he gave me the evil eye for a little while, like, move my bed, I want to be near you. He missed me really bad while I was gone. So, all right, it's time to go. I've said that like 10 times, but it is. It's time to go. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back here soon. Don't forget to subscribe. I am loving hearing all the compliments and the comments of how everybody loves learning these quilt blocks. I am a teacher by nature. Little did I know. Actually, I homeschooled my kids for 18 years, so there. Oh, so anyway, all right. I just love sharing. All right. Have a wonderful day again, and we will see you on the next one. Don't forget to check the description box out for all the details. All right. Bye for now.